First, I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Mukakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect men who's pushing this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding across the four corners of the earth. My name is Mayan. I'm from Toronto. And I just wanted to get into a quick lesson about the Great Reset. I was browsing the internet the other day and I came across this video and I figured that I wanted to do a lesson on it. So without further ado, here we go. And right after that, we're gonna get into some precept just to break it down as to what these devils want to do. All right, here we go. You will own nothing and be happy. Whatever you want, you will rent, and it will be delivered by drone. First of all, we must ask ourselves the question. So whatever we want, we're gonna have to rent it because we're not gonna own anything. You're not gonna own a car, you're not gonna own a house. Pretty much you're not gonna own anything. Whatever you want, you're gonna have to rent it. But who are we renting this from? Who are we renting this from? Let's watch and find out. Pretty much that's it. And as we can see right there, what these elites are planning to do. Now, let's get into some scriptures. First, I want to read Second Ezra chapter 15, and we're going to start at verse 1, and we're going to go all the way down. So it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." So the Most High is speaking to Ezra, and he's telling Ezra to speak into the ears of my people. And who is the Lord's people? The Israelites. The Israelites are the Lord's people. Contrary to popular belief, it's not speaking of the entire world because the entire world is not the Lord's people. The Lord has chosen a specific people to be his people, and those people are the children of Israel, the 12 tribes. So he's only speaking to the Israelites, he's not speaking to the entire world. So let's get that straight. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written on paper." And what paper is this speaking about? This is speaking about the Bible. "For they are faithful and true." It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." And this word incredulity just means unbelief, disbelief, that they don't believe. So it says, "For fear not the imaginations against thee." So whatever they're imagining, whatever they're thinking about, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." And this right here is pretty much telling you it's not just talking about Esau, Edom, and the other nations. It's speaking about you two-thirds as well. You Jakes that's running around here, with no eyesight, who can't see shit. These Jakes who don't believe the man of the Lord who's on the corners preaching and teaching. So you all are gonna die in your unfaithfulness too. You know, and it says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world." And as we can see from 2020 all the way down, a lot of stuff has been happening. There's wars, everywhere. In China's about to take over Taiwan. You got Palestine and Israel, a massacre going on over there. You have Ukraine and Russia. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world," and plague would be like the seaweed. That was one. Monkeypox. That's two. And there's a bunch of stuff that also happened during that time that we haven't really spoken about. It says the sword, which we see the wars that are happening right now, famine, and this famine right here is not just talking about like lack of food. It's talking about famine of the word. This is going to happen. A famine of the word is coming. You know, and a famine also just means shortage of things. So there's a lot of shortages that's going to come soon, very soon. Death, we see a lot of death happening from the seaweed, the not the seaweed, but like the vaccination. We see a lot of death happen because of that, and destruction. We see a lot of destruction going on right now across the world. You see Dubai over there, they're using cloud seeding and destroying their country. We see wars and rumors of wars like Palestine right now. Palestine right now has gone back into the Stone Ages. Russia destroying Ukraine. Come on, we see a lot of stuff happening. And it says, "For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain constantly." And the souls of the just are pretty much the men who's on the four corners of this earth preaching and teaching this gospel, you know, just crying to Yahweh, saying, "How soon is it going to be over?" Like we're there and we can't wait for this place to finish, so we can get the hell up out of here, And it says, "Therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them." And pretty much this is speaking about the men who have died in the truth from back in the day, coming even up until right now. And it says, "Behold, my people, Salakia, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." And this land of Egypt right there is speaking about Babylon the Great, which is America. And it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." I'm going to read that again. It says, "But I will bring them." Let me go back to 10. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer, I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." Again, this is speaking about America. It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues." So some of the plagues that are going to hit Egypt. Let me see if I can find a precept here real quick. I think I got one right here. Yeah, I think it. Yeah, Jeremiah 51, and I'm going to start at 54. It says, "A sound of a cry cometh from Babylon, and great destruction from the land of the Chaldeans," which is speaking about America as well. It says, "Because the Lord Yahweh had spoiled Babylon and destroyed out of her the great voice. When her waves do roar like great waters, a noise of their voice is uttered, because the spoiler is come up on her." And the spoiler is talking about those nuclear missiles. "Even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken. Every one of their bows is broken." So this is talking about their missiles. The bows is talking about their silos, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, their silos. For the Lord Yahweh have recompense shall surely requite. So let me get into this word real quick. See what it means. Requite. It's requite. No. All right. Yes, to be in a covenant of peace, be at peace, to be at peace, peaceful, one participate, one in covenant of peace, to make peace with, to cause to be at peace. All right, let's go back here. Yeah, so because the spoiler is come upon her, even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken, every one of their bows is broken, for the Lord God, Yahweh, of recompense shall surely requite. Right here, and it says, and I will make drunk her princes and her wise men, her captains and her rulers and her mighty men, and they shall sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, saith the king, whose name is the Lord of armies, the Lord of hosts. So pretty much this is telling you that the Most High is going to destroy Babylon and their mighty men. They all shall sleep. They're all going to die, from their wickedness, So let's get back over here to Second Ezra. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon them. And we spoke about the plagues and punishment already, which the plagues are these diseases that are going to come upon Babylon, the famine that's going to come upon Babylon, and then the nuclear missile that's going to hit Babylon and lay her desolate, And when you go to verse 13, it says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their siege shall fall through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. So pretty much this is just telling you what's going to happen to them over there in Babylon, And when you 1 second. So yeah, pretty much I just wanted to go back into the great reset and what's really going to happen, to these people. But I want to show you how this great reset is going to take place real quick. So let's listen to some of these people complain. So most people don't make $150,000 a year. Most people, the average salary is about $60,000 a year. So pretty much this is telling you that the people in Dublin, in Ireland, they can't afford to buy a house. So that push majority of the people outside of house ownership. The people who already own their houses, they're also being pushed out of their house because they can't afford their mortgage anymore, because the increase of the interest rate from say 2% to 5%, that's double. So their mortgage is being doubled. So people are actually have to give up their houses, or their house go into foreclosure, and they have to go back to renting, because own home ownership is pretty much impossible in a lot of these countries. It's the same thing in Canada as well. It's the same thing in the US, and it's the same thing in Europe. If you do your research, you can see that. You know what I'm saying? So own ownership. Let me show you another video. Let me finish this one. So this is what's coming to all of these other countries. It's coming to Canada. I mean, it's already in Canada. It's in the UK. It's in all these first world countries, this so-called first world countries. And when you go to, let me go to this video, and you see the same thing with this Canadian guy right here. So these people have to sell their dream. Their dream is to have own ownership, you know. And a lot of people are moving from the Caribbean, they're moving from Africa, and they're moving into these first world countries, the land of the free, you know, to pursue the Canadian dream, to pursue the American dream, to pursue the British English dream, which is home ownership, you know, to having a better life. But to be honest and frank, what we're seeing in these countries right now, people, Canadians, Americans, British people are actually packing it up from these countries that they live in, and they're moving to the Caribbean, they're moving to South and Central America, they're moving to other places in the world because the interest rate in these countries are at an all-time high, you know? And as we can see from everything that's going on around us here in Canada, in the US, in the UK, the elites, these bankers, these politicians, they all have been, you know, a couple of things that they do. They manipulate the markets, you know, and they manipulate the markets, the stock market, and all that. So they're the only ones winning, you know, keep everybody else poor. There's not going to be any more middle class, you know, that's for sure. So they keep everybody else poor while they get richer, because they're the ones who's going to own everything, and they're the ones who's going to rent to the average people, you know. Corporate greed. And when you look at corporate greed, you got you got BlackRock, who is buying up all the houses that these people are leaving behind, these single family houses. You know, you got Vanguard doing the same thing. And recently Jeff Bezos just created his own real estate company so that he now can start buying up all these single family houses. Now, why on earth a man that's worth $200 billion, maybe more right now, but right now, $200 billion, a man who's worth $200 billion right now, is going to create his own real estate company so that he can start buying up all these single family houses? Why? Why? Because these are the people that we're going to be rented from in the near future, because we will own nothing and quote unquote, we will be happy. But they're the ones who want to be God. They want to be like the Most High. They want to own everything. They want you to go to them for whatever you want, you know? And I want to just go to Obadiah. Let me read just Obadiah 1, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, concerning Edom. So pretty much it's talking about you BlackRock, you Vanguard, you Jeff Bezos. You know, he's talking about you Klaus Schwab, you Bill Gates. He's talking about you, you know. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Verse 3 is where it's at. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock. That's where you come from. You come from the cliffs in the rock, bruv. You know what I say? It says, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? The pride of your heart have deceived you. Who shall bring you down to the ground? Come on. Who's going to bring you down? I know we can't bring you down, but the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is going to take you down. And we can't wait for that day to happen. We're sitting back, working, doing the work, and just watching your kingdom crumble. You know? It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. Yahweh says he's going to bring you down. And we're just waiting. We're patiently waiting for that day to happen. You know? And just give me 1 second, bro. I went through that. So I just wanted to get into another precept. It's Philippians 3 and verse 17. It says, brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk, so as you have us for an example. It says, for many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you, even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross. We know that these elites are enemies of Yahweh Shai, you know, whose end is destruction. Whose end is destruction. Whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame. who mind earthly things. I want to read that again. Whose end is destruction. Because we know their kingdom is coming to an end. It's going to be destroyed. Their rulership is going to be destroyed. And they're going to go into slavery. These men, these people are going to go into slavery, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly. Like I said before, Bezos, the man has $200 billion. There's 8 billion people in the world. You have $200 billion. But yet still people all across the world are suffering. People can't afford their rent in the city. People can't afford to eat. People can't afford to do nothing. But one man has $200 billion, and yet still he's going to buy more houses so that he can rent to poor people to control them. So just to show you, their God is money. Their God is their belly. You know what I'm saying? That's who their God is. It says whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. Who mind earthly things. Their mind is here, money. How they can control the people. They have too much money now, so you know what? They spending money, buying fancy cars, doing all these things, that don't faze them anymore. That's like minuscule, minute. That's nothing for them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So these men now, they're in a place where they want to be God. Let me get that scripture. I think this is it. No, that's not it. Let me, 1 second. Yeah. This is one of the scriptures I want to get. It says here that, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah. So while he's trying to fulfill his new world order, which is him filling his belly, Yahweh is going to just send wrath upon him. These nuclear missiles, and his kingdom. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. And I mean, I don't have to tell you what the bow of steel is, because we all know what the bow of steel is, and these things make me smile, these things make me smile. Yeah. Let me get back to this. Is it Jeremiah? I did Jeremiah already. Yeah. So pretty much that's what that is. Let me get into another. Oh yeah, I want to get into this one. So it's Philippians 3:20. Yes, it says whose destruction, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. And this Philippians 3:20 goes for us. It says, for our conversation is in heaven. Like we don't speak, of this world. Like we don't care about what this place has to offer. It says, for whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahawashi Mashiach. It says, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. Let me get into this one. But yeah, so we know the Edomites, they strive to own everything. They pretty much have a godlike complex. Pretty much. They have a God-like complex. But Yahweh, or Yahawashi, has something in store for them. I think Matthew 24, verse 22. Yeah. So Matthew 24, verse 22. And it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So yeah, the Most High knows that these devils are, like they're speeding up their process, and they want to fulfill their new world order, and one of their main thing that's really stopping them from pushing forward is the truth that's coming out. People are waking up, all across the internet. You see all these people coming out talking about the end of the world, the MOTB. So pretty much just highlighting what we have been saying, or the men of the Lord have been saying, starting from the apostles, of Great Mission, come all the way down, So their plan is being exposed, and people is bucking up against them. That's why you got Klaus Schwab coming out talking about, he needs to build back trust in the people. Like, bro, nobody's gonna trust you because we know what you're about. We know what you're gonna do. We know what your plans are. Yeah. Let me get into. So their plan is to have total domination in the next coming years. Like, they want to have total domination, total rulership. They want to control everyone. They want a microchip in every person. They want to put a brain chip in you so they can actually know what you're thinking. Know your emotions. This is what they want to do. So that they have this God complex. They have this God complex about them. That they have this God complex about them. It says, so they have this. They want to have complete dominance over the next couple of years. Hence why they got all these leaders like Justin Trudeau. You got Richard Sunak. You got all these leaders in these first world countries. They got Joe Biden, pushing their agenda. How how is it that Canada has increased the capital gains tax all the way to 66%? So if you have a house and you sell it and your profit is $250,000, 66% of that money goes to the government of Canada. 66% is about 180, 190,000. So how are you going to sell your house and you only get like 60, 70,000 of what of your profit? That's madness, man. Pure madness. And then Joe Biden is about to pass the same law in America, where 44.3% of your capital gains goes to the government. That's pretty much almost 50%. So out of that 250,000, you're looking at like 120,000 or 130,000 going into your pocket, and everything else goes to the government. That's wild, man. That's madness. How is that fair? So pretty much you're investing your money to feed the government. And guess what? When they get this money, what are they going to do with it? They're going to send it to Ukraine. They're going to send it to Israel. They're going to send it to all these countries that they're pretty much money laundering. Wickedness, man. And I just want to get a precept real quick right here. Daniel 7:25. And it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into the hand unto the time and times and the dividing of times. So pretty much these people are changing the laws. They're changing the laws so that the laws benefit them, And when they're changing the laws so that laws benefit them, it's getting you out of own ownership. It's getting you out of owning your cars, And even the car ownership thing is crazy, man, because right now interest rates are so high that it's you can't even afford a car anymore. You go into the dealership and you say, hey, I want that car. The prices are super high. Why? Because during COVID, the prices increased and the prices haven't gone back down. So for a $30,000, $40,000 car, you're paying like $1,000 to $1,200 per month because the interest rate is 9 to 10%. When the interest rate before was like 2 to 4%. Now it's all the way up to 9 and 10%. It's madness. And all the cars are being stolen across Canada, the US, the UK. These people are increasing their insurance rate. In fact, they're doubling it. They're doubling your insurance rates. If you can't afford to pay a $1,200 a month car payment, plus insurance is doubled now, you will never own a car. You'll never own a car. And it's the same thing with the houses. Interest rates are so high, like I said, pushing people out of own ownership. So again, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. This is exactly what these people's plans are. Pure wickedness, man. Pure wickedness. And I want to get another scripture. Give me 1 second. Because now, it's for years, these people have been doing pure wickedness. and their plan is always to do evil, never to do good, to do good amongst themselves, but evil for the people of the world, you know. They have been eaten. So, but because for years they have been just doing pure wickedness, they have been eating lovely organic food. They have been making all this billions and trillions of dollars, you know, and just having the fatness of the earth. They feel invincible. They feel like they're untouchable. like no one can touch them. Like they're pretending like they're the Most High. You know, they're pretending like they are the Most High. I want to get a scripture with you. It just came to mind. It says, yeah, right here. It says Ecclesiastic 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. It's clear, you know. These people have not been judged properly. They have not been judged from day one. They have just been living off the fatness of the earth, becoming billionaires and trillionaires, and now they want to have, world ownership. They want to conquer the world by enslaving humanity, by putting a brain chip in people's head, by putting a chip in your hand, so they'll know everything about you, know what you're doing, when you're going where. They want to know. They want to control your entire being. And the reason why they are even pushing for this is because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. And the society is going to get even more wicked, because they're not going to care anymore. They're going to start beheading people. They're going to start killing people, man, which they already start killing people already through this civil madness, Yeah, man. Yeah, but at the end of the day, all of these prophecies, they must come to fruition, the New World Order, the MOTB, all of this, World War III, all of this must come to fruition, because all of this is leading up to what? The MOTB. And once the MOTB becomes mandated and people now is forced to go out there and take it, that's when the great deliverance is going to come. It says here, Job, I think it's Job 20. Let me see, Job 20, 23. Yeah. So Job 20 and 23, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah, we went through this before, And 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through, which is a fact. We know this is going to happen to him. But you know what? Simultaneously, when he's getting hit with Job 20 and 23 and 24, simultaneously when he's getting hit with that, what's going to happen is we're going to go into Isaiah. Isaiah 26 and 20 is going to happen. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors. About thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. So while Job 20 and 23 is happening, while he's getting hit with that iron bow, when he's getting hit with those missiles, the great saving is going to be happening of the people. Isaiah 26 and 20, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors. About thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. So the indignation that's going to hit these people after they're trying to fill their belly with the New World Order, Isaiah 26 and 20 is going to happen. The great deliverance of the elect is going to happen. You 2/3 are going to hit with, you 2/3 are going to be hit with the same missile that's going to hit these wicked people, because you're wicked too. Your wickedness have exceeded their wickedness, And then the chambers that this is speaking about is the chariots, and the chariot at this time is going to be the ark, the ark. The same. So in Genesis, I think Genesis 7 and 15, when with Noah and his family, those were the elect of that time. Noah and his family were the elect at that time. And the Most High send out the prophet, to warn the people, tell them, yo, relax, stop doing all these wickedness. But they weren't listening. They laugh at Noah. But Noah and his family were the elect of that time. He was the elect of that time, and he got saved. 144, Kal Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Yeah. So right now, the elect, which is 144,000, and the mixed multitude, they're going to be saved with the chariots, which is going to be the ark, And yeah, pretty much that's about it, man. I just wanted to get into that real quick and, just break it down. Again, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakadash. Again, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who do well. Peace and salutation to the men of the Lord who, keeps pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth. Again, Shalom.